All right, so in this lab, we are investigating the conservation of energy. In order to do that, part of what we need to figure out is the speed of this Hot Wheels car at a couple of different points on our racetrack. One of those points is going to be the top of this loop, the top of the loop-de-loop that it's going to go through. And in order to do that, we're going to use a stopwatch and a slow motion recording camera to figure that out. So first, this is a video of what I need you to record in the lab. And so you're going to do all the same things that I've already done here, and you're going to record your own video. And here's what it's going to look like. So it's going to go through in slow motion. We have the stopwatch in the background, and we're going to see the car enter the screen right away on the left. There it comes. It's going to go through the loop, and there it goes in slow motion. And so what I need you to do is figure out the time that the car enters our gate and the time that the car leaves the gate. And what I mean by gate are these two little pieces of duct tape that I have up here. You're going to use tape, you're going to use markers, you're going to use whatever you need to do in your lab. But we need to find a specific distance. So I've already measured the distance between these two pieces of duct tape. And now we need to figure out the time that it takes the car to go through those two pieces. So we're going to pull the video back. I find that iPhone tends to work best on this, but I'm sure if you have another phone with a slow motion recording capability, it has very similar features, very similar attributes that it can use to do the same thing I'm doing here. And so what we want to do, we're going to crawl the video back in slow motion, and we're going to figure out the time that the car enters the gate, which should be right about there, and the time that it leaves the gate right sometime in there. And so let's go back. Let's figure out exactly what that is for my example. Looks like the car is just passing that first piece of duct tape right at 13.86 seconds. And if we advance it forward here, it looks like it's leaving right at about 13.96. And so it might take a few trials for you to get to clear numbers because as you can see, the slow motion recording capabilities of cameras and smartphones nowadays is pretty good. You can actually see the number turning from a 9.5 into a 9.6. And so you might have a couple of trials where your recording is kind of right in between a couple of numbers. So you might not be able to use that. Luckily, the whole trip that the car takes is only about 1 or 2 seconds. So you should be able to do a bunch of trials really quickly to get some really, really clear data. At the end of the day, that's what we're doing. We need to try and figure out the amount of time that the car takes to go through this gate. And once we have that exact amount of time, our T1 and our T2, that'll give us the difference in time that it takes, so the total time that the car lasts through this gate. And with that and the measured distance of the gate itself, we'll be able to figure out the speed of the car at the very top.